Right then guys, so this is the video that you've been waiting for with regards to the fish reveal that I've had in this quarantine tank now before they go into the main tank behind me. So what we're going to do is I'm going to bring you in, show you the fish finally that I've actually got in here that are now ready to go into the main tank. We're then going to have a little look at the equipment and stuff that I've got to do that transfer, and then hopefully then obviously we'll see them in the new tank. So let's bring you in and then you can see the fish that I've got in here. Alright then, so there we go. These are the fish that we are now putting into the tank. So as you can see, right down in the tube in there, we've got the Regal Tang. So I had one of those years and years and years ago. Really great, lovely fish. So I'm really pleased to be able to get hold of another one. And then in the back there, swimming behind the Regal, we've got another purple Tang. As you know, when I bought the last 3 tangs, it was only the purple that I really wanted, but after seeing the 3 of them swimming around together, you know, I took the chance and bought all 3, and then of course had the problem with the marine velvet, so lost the purple tang. So here we go, got another purple tang, had to do that. Beautiful, stunning fish. We got a couple of clowns, so we've got snowflake clowns over there in the back. Female on the right, male on the left. And we've also got, right up in that top corner, there is a Bengal cardinal. So I've got another one of those. And then the 3 chromies, well, they were just in there really because when I took the other fish out from the QT, after the sort of going through the quarantine procedure and the main tank, you know, being on 90 odd days, fallow, etc, etc, when they went into there, that left this tank empty, and I wasn't quite ready then to put anything in it. So I bought the 3 chromies, put them in, and that was really just to sort of keep up with the biological, you know, filtration and stuff that had built up in there, and just to keep the tank sort of ticking over really and running until I was ready to get everything else. But that's the fish that are in there. The chromies are going to go into the sump because they're too small, and Piney will just eat them, but the rest are going to be going into the tank, and that's what we're going to be doing right now. Right then guys, so the equipment that we've got, so because these have been in copper, they've been in copper now for the full 30 days. Once they came out of copper, I then had them in there just for a final week of observation, and that was because I also added in the Prezi Pro as well. Hopefully you can see that's a tiny little bottle, and I did the same thing that I did before where I marked everything down, you know, with the water changes, this time doing it weekly rather than every 3 days, checking the copper, and then every time I did the water change I would then add the new amount of copper, might be 7 mil, might be 8 mil, whatever it was I was adding, into the freshly made salt water before it then went into the tank. So exactly the same procedure as I did for these guys when they was in there going through their quarantine. So everything's been tested. Temperature from that tank to that tank is the same. I've also used the Milwaukee refractometer to make sure that the salinity is the same for both tanks, so that's been done and checked, so that's okay. And then I've got a separate net here, so this net is only ever going to be used in this tank because obviously it's had the copper in, so that's going to be kept somewhere safe once all this QT has been broken down and put away in the garage. I've also got the large bucket and a colander. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to drain some water from the main tank into this bucket. That will then have the colander sort of submerged down in the bottom there, so the water will be in the colander. Take the fish with the net out of this tank into here, bring this over, and then lift the colander up and out and put them basically straight into this tank. So that's the procedure that I'm going to do. Again, what I don't want to do is use this net where it's been in the tank with copper and then transfer that across and put that in the tank. So I'm trying to keep absolutely everything 100% separate. So that's the routines that we're going to do. It's the exact same routine that I did when I moved these guys from this tank back into this one. So exactly the same sort of thing. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set up my water change, because I'm also going to be doing a water change as well. It just happens to be Sunday, so it's Sunday water change, ready for Monday doing my tests for nitrate, phosphate and alkalinity. So we're going to set up the water change bits and pieces that I've got, so as I can take the water out of this tank into here. Once I've done that, I'll then come back and we'll start the transfer over. So fingers crossed we don't have anybody jumping out of the nets and jumping all over the place, but you never know. This is reef drama, all hell could break loose, but fingers crossed it doesn't. So I'm going to go get this set up and then I'll be right back. Right, so as I mentioned before, we're doing this as part and parcel of the water change. So I've now got all the bits and pieces in place, got the bucket here, we've got the colander inside. So all we're going to do now is just open up the tap and we drain some water from the tank, as you can see, into here now. Now I have done a video on all of this in the past, so if you want to see that, you have to go back and find that. That's to do with like a water change. You know, it's better kind of from using buckets doing this system. So not only does this take the water out that I need to, and I've kind of got marks down here so I know where 50 litres is and 75 and 100, etc, etc. But this same pipe work will also pump the fresh salt water straight back into the tank. So it's great as far as I'm concerned. 50, 60 feet all the way out to the garage, and it's just kind of like one length of hose pretty much with a couple of taps outside, so it can feed off the drainage and also feeds into the saltwater bin I've got out there. But anyway, so we've got the water now drained into this bucket. Just let this siphon out a little bit more. There we go. So that is now got the tank water in, so we're going to bring this over to here and hopefully use the net now to get the fish out of here and into here, and then easy release into there. Let's see how we get on. So both the tangs are hiding now at the very, very back under this heater. The two clownfish might be the easiest to get, he says, because they're both over in this corner. So, yep, we've got both of them. So, drop them down into here and then just basically tip them out. Okay, like so. Pop that on there. There's my towel. Always have a towel nearby. Right, so they are now in here. So let's bring this over up to the tank, and then it's going to be a case of lifting out this colander now with them both in and putting them straight into here. Oh, by the way, I have put a grid egg crate in here now, so Piney is to the one side, so we can't kind of, you know, get these guys. I kind of want them to you know, establish themselves in there for at least a day or two until I kind of take this out and then release Piney into the mix. As I've already mentioned, the chromies are going to go into the sump because they definitely will be Piney food. These guys I'm worried about, I must admit, because they are on the small side, especially compared to the previous clowns that I had. But there they are. Lower them gently into here and hopefully they'll both just swim out. There you go. See what hosts them, because the last clownfish that I had, it was the green furry mushrooms that they really loved. Now, Piney's not even seen them yet, so that's good. So let's bring the bucket back over here. Reset the colander in the bottom, make sure it's level and partially submerged in the water, and then we can take our net and see what we can get next. Let's have a crack at this Bengal cardinal maybe. If he's, no, he's going to be a pain because he's behind the, he is behind the, what's it called, the heater. Now then, I may have the purple tang. I do have the purple tang. Great stuff. And we'll pop him in there, let him swim out. Come on dude, there you go. Oh, he looks fantastic. He was actually inside this large pipe and put the net behind the pipe, and he pretty much just swam straight into the net, so that was ace. Right, so let's bring this over here carefully. Same thing again. Oh, he's all flared out. And then release him gently into here. There he goes. Oh, he's beautiful under these lights. He looks fantastic. Now Piney's seen him and he's gone in that little cave with the orange shoulder tang. That seemed fine so far. So, okay, next one. Now, I think the Regal is going to be a bit of a splasher. And probably a pain in the ass to get, to be fair, but she's kind of wedged herself underneath the heater. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to coax her out without stressing her too much. What I might do is take the heater up. And this is where it worries me, because this one is fast and they like lock themselves into the position. It's like a defense mechanism. And once they lock themselves into that position, you've kind of you've had it. I mean, I can't remove that power head. Well, I might leave her for the minute. Okay, so we've got the Bengal Cardinal. So we'll do the Bengal then, if that's the case. We'll leave the Regal to last. Pop that up there. Again, same thing, bring this over. Okay, and one Bengal Cardinal going in. There you go, dude. Off you go. The Regal is, she's disappeared. Ah, I'll tell you what she is. She's inside that black thing, look. Beautiful. Right then, so, oh, there is a whole escape hatch though. I forgot about that. Maybe we'll just take everything and deal with it in the colander. What do you think, guys? Just take the whole thing up and just... Oh yeah, she's a bit of a splasher. There's a little bit of mess in this one now, but hopefully it will go through the colander anyway. Okay then, last one. Let's see how we get on. As I thought, bit of a splasher. Beautiful, guys. No, don't splash too much. Oh my goodness me. Told ya. Oh dear. That got me everywhere. All over the glass, all up the wall. She's gone in there where the orange shoulder normally goes. I think they're all in the same place. Right. Whew. Let me wipe down, clear up, and I'll come back. Right then guys, so as you can see, fish are in. Well, the 3 chromies are still in there, but I can't really get into the sump properly at the moment, so I'm going to do that afterwards. But they're in. The water changes is going at the moment, so the water is coming back into the tank as it stands at the moment. You can see like the bubbles on the front there. So everybody's in, happy with that. So just wanted to let you know that I actually got these fish from Finest Aquatics. So big shout out to them. They're based in Widnes. I'll put a link in the description below with regards to like their location, and you can go and see their website and everything else. Absolutely fantastic range of fish, really beautiful, lovely tanks, nice big frag sort of tanks as well. As I say, I got these ones from there, and they do a fantastic range of marine fish and tropical fish. They've also got all the marine, the tropical and the pond kind of dry products as well. So really great place to go and see if you can get there, and if you can't, just jump on the website and have a look on their website as well. But yeah, big shout out to them, because really happy with the fish that I've got, and obviously now putting them through QT, with any luck we won't have any problems, but fingers crossed. The green chromis I actually bought from Angel Aquatics, and as I say, that was really just because I wasn't ready to put these guys into this tank as soon as the piney and the orange shoulder tang and the yellow wrasse kind of came out of it. So it was a case of I needed to put something in here just to kind of keep things going for however long it was before I got these guys in. But they'll go into the sump afterwards, and then I think what I'll do is I'm going to finish off this water change, and I'm going to let everybody sort of settle in, and then I'll pick up the camera again and just sort of show you how they're all getting on. But at least they're in, so happy, finally. Anyway, back in a bit. Right then guys, just a quick update really on the QT tank. So as you can see, it's all empty now, everything's turned off. I've just gone ahead and sort of cleaned all the glass. Quite dirty in there because I never really cleaned the side or that side. I cleaned maybe some of the back, just really the front glass I cleaned. So there's obviously quite a bit of debris in there, plus I've swished out some of the filter stuff as well, so that's all in there. A bit of sand from when the wrasse was in there. So, but yeah, all empty, well, all clean I should say. I've just got to empty the water out. All the equipment is in here. So I'm actually going to be throwing away this hang on the back filter, because it lets air in here somewhere, and it just makes loads of air gurgling, bubbling noises, and it's really loud and very annoying. So that's just going to get thrown, and I'm going to buy a new one, so that will be ready for next time if I need it next time. But otherwise all the other equipment will be in there. I've got the air pump, we've got the control panel there for the power head, but that will be marked up as copper in that bucket and used for nothing else but if I need it for copper, including like the flipper magnet and everything and anything that's had anything to do with this tank will be in that bucket that's reusable, marked as copper, and then won't be sort of cross-contaminated with anything else, nets, everything. So there we go. So it's been there now for quite a while. I think the missus will be pleased to see the back of it. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead, empty it all out, and then give it a really good clean out in the garden with the hose, and then it will be going away in the garage. As far as these guys are concerned, they're all in there doing okay. I'll do another one because I'm not on the right sort of camera mode, so it looks way too blue. But this was really just a quick update about the QT. Right then, catch you in a bit. Alright then, so it is a couple of days later since I actually added the fish from the QT into this tank. So the divider stayed in for the rest of that day and all of that evening, which was Sunday night through to Monday. I went to work Monday morning, came back in the afternoon, and I took the divider out. Now all was fine. I was standing very close to the tank with my weapons of choice, waiting to kind of, you know, prevent Piney from eating the clownfish or attacking them or whatever, and they were fine. I mean, for the rest of the day, yeah, I gradually sort of got further and further away from the tank, and sort of started to relax, and he was kind of going over to them, seeing them, watching them. They would just sort of swim away. He had a little chase of the Bengal cardinal at one point, but other than that, all was good. So great, I was thinking. Went up to bed, kind of watching them on the, got a security camera over there, kind of watching them on the security camera when the lights all went out, and that's when things changed, and this is what I was worried about. So basically I saw him kind of chasing the clowns down to try and, you know, get them to eat them most likely. So I had to come down, fish out the clowns. The clowns are now in the sump, so they are safe, they are still alive, but they are in the sump, and that's where they're going to have to stay for the time being. But other than that, everything is doing really, really well. QT tank is all gone now. You've seen that a minute ago, me sort of breaking it down, everything else, so that's all done. Yeah, so the fish are in, really, really happy. Slightly disappointed that the clowns are not actually in the main tank. But, you know, there we go. I tried it and it didn't work. So it's just one of those. They're probably just, you know, that little bit too small. The previous set of clowns that he actually grew up with, the female was quite big. She was quite sizable, and she wouldn't take any prisoners either. She would have a crack at him if he came anywhere near them. So these little sort of smaller ones now, just one of them. So I've still got them. They are in the sump. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the camera and I'm going to bring you in and then just sort of show you the fish in their new sort of environment, I suppose, all playing nicely together. Alright then guys, so here we go. So we've got obviously we've got Piney. He's always going to be getting in the way. We've got the orange shoulder tang over at the back there. And where is the blue tang? Blue tang is there, looking beautiful. And we've got the yellow wrasse, and we've also got the purple tang buzzing around as well. She looks absolutely fantastic. Some food's just gone in, so they're buzzing around all over the place, scouting it all out. But yeah, really, really pleased with the purple tang. Where's the Bengal? Bengal cardinal is down there. And then to finally, down below in the sump, there we go. Adjusts with the light. There's the two clowns and the three chromies. And you know, they've got all that area right the way across the entire front of the sump, all underneath the reef mat. Got a nice rock in there as well for them to kind of hide under and in and around and whatever else, and all that section in there as well. So they've got quite a big area. I need to get that reactor out, so I'm going to put it onto the other side, so that's one less thing in there. But yeah, I think they'll do fine. They'll be alright. I'm pretty sure they'll be okay. So there we go. All the fishies in. So really pleased with that. And just bring it back to me now quickly, just to sort of finish off. So all I want to say is thanks very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed watching the videos so far from all of last year, and obviously this is the first one for this year, 2024. Yeah, that's pretty much it from me. So thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.
Easy go.